Have you had a guest come to your office and say, hey, the power coming out of the pedestal on my site isn't right, is not working? I've seen many discussions about this on owners' forums about campground owners saying, these campers are crazy. The power coming out is just fine, I've tested it. So let's dive into this because I'm having this situation right now and I want to tell you about some things. I'm Donna Bordeaux, Campground Accounting. I'm currently in the Vineyards Campground just outside of Dallas, Texas, in Grapevine, Texas. And we pulled in yesterday, went to plug in our power watchdog that we use for our camper, for our surge protector and power diagnostics. And it came on and all was good. Plugged in the camper, had the air conditioner on for a little while. Not heavy usage of electricity or anything at all. It's fairly normal weather here, so not a big draw on our power. And the watchdog popped and it sent a message. It'll send it through the phone to say that the voltage was out of its normal. It was either too high or too low. In this case, it was too low. Can't run air conditioners in our power. It could affect the coach and have detrimental effects on the coach. Now, the last thing we want to do is just mess up the electrical system. I mean, that's a huge problem and very expensive and not something I want to go through. So I called down to the front office and told them, hey, we're having problems with pedestal. They said, okay, we'll send somebody out. So they sent a person who works at the campground down with a little voltage checker. And forgive me, I don't do electrical stuff. That's not my forte. But she had a little electrical checker, plugged it into the pedestal, and it came up with 3 green lights. And her answer was, well, no, that's okay. It's all good. Also, when we called down to the front office to tell them it wasn't working, she said, oh, no, it should be fine. We just had somebody check out of that site this morning and they didn't have any problems. When they sent the person down, they got the 3 green lights in 30 seconds. She said, no, it's all good. And we said, no, it's not. Our power is fluctuating. You can't tell it by 30 seconds. It's going in and out. I mean, she was not flippant about it. She said, okay, well, we'll have to send the city out to check it. They'll probably be out tomorrow. Now, I will tell you, they did make accommodations and ask us if we'd like to move to another site. We're only on this site for 2 days and we'd already set up. So we said, no, for now, we'll be okay. We've got our generator. If worse came to worse, we were able to get it onto 30 amp and that seemed to be okay. But obviously that's not going to run 3 air conditioners and the microwave and all that good stuff. So limited power. So this morning, the workers from the Public Works of Grapevine came out to come check it. And sure enough, they found there was a problem. And it's going up and down cycling. They had 3 people here at one point checking it out and were not able to fix it. And they traced it down and said there is a problem coming from the big box down to the site. And they're probably going to have an electrical company run a new line. So I've seen a lot of cases on the owners' forums where the owners are telling people, hey, this just isn't true. And I believe you that campers are not always right. But so many times, if you just take that as an answer that something is the camper's fault and they just don't know any better and you know you're electrical, that doesn't always work. And first, it's not good customer service to begin with. But the last thing you want to do is damage somebody's coach because your power was not right. And you could have legal liability from that. And obviously, there's a lot of different levels of campers out there, anywhere on up. But for every camper who's there, they paid a lot of money for that camper or that coach or that Class C, whatever kind of camper they have. To them, it's a lot of money and it means a lot to them. And they don't want it destroyed. So please, make sure that you're taking good care on the electrical side and doing good customer service. Don't always assume that just because your equipment quickly shows that it's good, that is good. Have a policy in knowing how to fix it. Now, I will give a lot of credit to the Vineyards in that I'm not sure their structure here, but they did call the city out and the city was very responsive to come on out. I'm not so sure that would have happened in a lot of other privately owned campgrounds if you didn't have a city backing you. I've been to many before, and if there was a power problem, I'm not going to chance plugging in my rig that I paid a lot of money for to assume that you think you know electrical. So I'm not placing blame on anybody here, but a reminder, take these concerns seriously and make sure that you completely get what's going on, because just because one camper was okay doesn't mean that the next one is. It doesn't mean your equipment is correct. It just means that other camper wasn't as diligent or didn't have as big of a draw or as much on the line, that they had higher safety precautions to make sure your electrical's okay. Check it out and verify, because electrical is not something to take lightly. All right, I hope you have a great electrical system and you're not worrying about problems with pedestals. I hope you never run across this problem. But if you do, take these concerns into consideration. Thanks.